All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to NEWSTALK, coming to you as usual from the great state of Texas, precisely Houston, Texas. Houston, Texas. It's a pleasure coming to you tonight with developments, what we consider revealing developments from the massacre in Mamfe town last Monday morning. I hope to bring to you a very intriguing witness who was there to witness something, what happened in that town, Mamfe town, and who precisely was behind the killings. Over 30 people, as we now know, were killed in Mamfe last Monday. And we are going to bring you the people behind it from an eyewitness. These are revelations you are about to witness today, ladies and gentlemen. And so, if you are joining by way of Facebook, please go ahead, hit your share button. Let us quickly populate the platform. I will be also talking about what is happening in K-Town in Kumba, where the colonial divisional officer is trying his best to shut down ghost towns in Kumba. Also in Libialem, the colonial officials in Libialem, Paul Tasong, and the elite, the ferry people from Chang. They paid people from Chang to go out to Alo to commemorate Bia's 41 years celebrations in Alo County. They couldn't go down to Menji. I don't know why, but they brought in people from Chang to Alo to commemorate Paul Bia's 41 years in power. Nothing to show for it. We're going to also be talking about the recent arrest and release of the publisher of the Guardian Post, supposedly for publishing a story that insinuates that the killings in Mamfe were carried out by French Cameroon soldiers. This and maybe many more coming to you tonight. Again, please go ahead, hit your share button as I come to you with these revelations in a minute. My, I am so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. My apologies. Just didn't realize my volume was shut down. So sorry about that. But now you can get me. Hit that share button as you join. But I want to welcome all of you who are watching by way of YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Roku television and satellite television. Those are the different platforms on which we are. That is where you will find us. YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Roku, and satellite television. We are also now coming on TikTok, ABS on TikTok. Then we are also combining it with LinkedIn, getting on LinkedIn. Please, I'm so sorry that my volume was shut down. We didn't realize that. But go ahead and hit your share button. When I find 200 on my screen, I will come with a monologue. And after the monologue, I bring my witness, the person who witnessed the events in Mamfe. I will bring him on live from ground zero. Again, this is going to be very, very revelational. So go ahead and hit that share button. Let the numbers jump. While you do so, I'd just like to remind ground zero, especially those of you in Kumba, ladies and gentlemen, those of you in Kumba, that we have learned of efforts by the colonial officer in Kumba to shut down the practice of ghost towns, the phenomenon that we call ghost towns. They have tried in Bamenda, it failed. They tried in Boya, it failed. They have tried essentially everywhere in Amazonia, and it has not worked. It is not going to start with Kumba. Absolutely not. And so we want to assure everybody out there in K-Town, we own the land. You own the land. You will never allow colonial officials to come and tell you how you run your business, you run your affairs, how you operate your life in the city that is your own. And so, the meeting that was held last Monday in Kumba by the colonial divisional officer, bringing together Okada riders, taxi drivers, the chiefs and the sub-chiefs, tipper drivers, and all the administrative heads in that city to shut down ghost towns in Kumba. We can assure you that is not going to happen. Ghost towns will never, ever be shut down in Kumba, in K-Town, until we, the people, you, the people, have determined, hearing from us, that there is an agreement between Amazonia and La République du Cameroon. Or unless you have heard from us that there is a ceasefire between Amazonia and La République du Cameroon. Until you hear so, until you hear that, ladies and gentlemen, in K-Town, ghost towns remain highly enforced, highly enforced. If you are in Kumba and you prefer to listen to the propaganda and the voices from La République du Cameroon, the colonial officials, please take note. What happened in Mamfe could happen in Kumba. Now, I just want you to know, these colonial officers who want you, the people in Kumba, to go out and risk your life, they go out with armed men and women from the gendarme, from the police, and from the army. You, the common man, you got no protection. But you are the one they want to put on harm's way, so that if anything happens, you suffer. They never suffer. They are never attacked. They protect themselves. You have no protection. So please listen to the sound of my voice. Until this struggle is declared over, ghost towns will forever prevail, go on and intensify in all of Amazonia. So please, the people of K-Town, we know you have held this struggle up and sustained it, just as we have seen in other cities like Bamenda. We know this struggle is essentially sustained on ground zero between Bamenda and Kumba. I hope you guys have observed this. It's Bamenda and Kumba that has held this struggle up and running on ground zero. But they are trying to shake Kumba. We know Kumba people are stronger and much resilient than what the colonial officials think. And so we are looking up to the people in K-Town. Let the public do Cameroon not break your backs by any means. They have tried it in Boya. Even Boya would not listen to them. They shut down banks in Boya and even in Victoria. They tried to shut down banks in Victoria for respecting ghost towns, and I learned the banks in Victoria have said, if you will you compensate us if our banks are attacked or looted? And the colonial officials said, no, we're not going to compensate you if your banks or your businesses are looted. And the people said, okay, if you can't compensate us, why should we risk our business opening them up on Mondays? And so they refused to shut down. In the Boya, I understand that some banks were timidly open on Mondays. However, they will not allow anyone to come in, walk in, and patronize it. That is what is happening out there, even in Boya, ladies and gentlemen. And so you, the people in Kumba, we trust you that you will give to the colonial officials the answer that they much deserve. That is resilience, resolve, determination to see that you live in the free and independent Amazonia. That is what it is all about. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am waiting to see 200. I have to see two. I understand people are watching on YouTube, but I want to see 200 on Facebook. And then I come to you with these very important revelations that we have uncovered coming out of Mamfe. Again, talking about who precisely was behind the killings in Mamfe last Monday. We are going to hear from the testimony of one of the victims who was fortunate enough to be sneaked out and not killed, even though after so much injury. This person who is in hiding has spoken to us. Again, this person who is in hiding has spoken to us, and you are going to hear firsthand from here who was behind the Mamfe massacre. Those are the revelations I will be bringing to you in a very short moment. But please go ahead and hit your share button. Go ahead and hit your share button. Let us quickly get the platform saturated. I will also be bringing in a live witness from ground zero. Somebody who actually saw the military truck in the vicinity of that event. That person will be speaking to me live from ground zero. But before I get there, hit your share button, ladies and gentlemen. I will be back in 1 minute.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com. ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, thank you for staying put, ladies and gentlemen. Please, again, I need you to hit that share button. I need you to hit that share button as I now bring you my talking points. As you find on your screen, there were 5 of them. Those are the revelations. Those are the revelations coming from Mamfe. There were 5 of them. One of them who knew me saved my family. One of them who knew me saved my family. That is coming from a victim of that incident, an eyewitness, who's one of those whose homes was broken into and they tried to kill her. But fortunately, you will hear from my presentation how she got saved. It is now becoming increasingly clear who was behind the horrific killings that shook the town of Mamfe on Monday morning. Why the situation remains tense, recent revelations we have gathered from residents and eyewitnesses shed light on the perpetrators, unveiling a sinister alliance between La République du Cameroon's army and former Ambazonia fighters based in Mamfe, some of them freed from the DDR. One victim whose identity we protect for her safety has come forward to share her harrowing experience to us. She recounts the terrifying moments when she saw 5 armed men broke into her family home. This is what she told us, and then quote, "They shot the TV and smashed it," her voice trembling. "Then they pressed the gun against my chest, and it seemed they were about to rape me. But one of them recognized me and hurriedly took me away." She continues, her voice filled with fear, and she added, "My parents were spared too, all thanks to this man who knew me." The man the victim is referring to here used to be a fighter in the past, a number fighter in the past, but who left and became an Okada rider in the town of Mamfe. The victim is currently in hiding, fearing for her life. Her account corroborates similar testimonies from other eyewitnesses who claim to have seen a military truck in the vicinity of the incident. These witnesses report that the truck appeared inconspicuous and covertly positioned as the unsuspecting eyewitnesses journeyed towards Kumba from Mamfe. However, as they continued their route, the same military truck sped past them, loaded with armed men heading in the same direction, that is towards Kumba. That is after the assignment had been completed. An intriguing twist emerges when these witnesses, our witnesses, observed the military truck making a stop at one of their checkpoints. Stopping at the checkpoint 2, our witnesses, to their astonishment, one of the individuals who emerged from the truck, military truck, was identified as Kawa Yannick, another former fighter turned surrogate for the colonizer. This revelation raises troubling questions about the complicity and collaboration between La République du Cameroon Army and certain former Ambazonia fighters in Mamfe. As the pieces of this disturbing puzzle come together, it becomes evident that the Mamfe killings were not random acts of violence, but a calculated operation executed by a joint force composed of La République du Cameroon's army and select former Ambazonia fighters working for the regime. The victim's encounter with her savior, a former fighter turned informant, offers a glimpse into the complex dynamics at play here. The victim's decision to go into hiding further underscores the gravity of the situation in Mamfe. It is a chilling reminder of the dangers faced by those who dare to speak the truth and expose the dark underbelly of power. The victim's life hangs in the balance as she seeks refuge from the wrath of those who wish to silence her. In the face of these new developments, the international community must take notice. The plight of the people of Mamfe cannot be ignored. It is imperative that independent investigations be conducted to uncover the full extent of the collaboration between the La République du Cameroon's army and the former Ambazonia fighters in Mamfe. The victim's account, along with the testimonies of other eyewitnesses, provides a compelling narrative that cannot be dismissed. The presence of a military truck at the scene and a gendarmerie post in the vicinity, coupled with the sighting of Kawa Yannick, the first person to comment publicly on the incident, a known former fighter too, and regime surrogate, raises disturbing questions about the involvement of the state apparatus in these heinous acts. The collusion, ladies and gentlemen, the collusion between the Cameroon military and former Ambazonia fighters jeopardizes the safety and well-being of the people of Mamfe and highlights the urgent need for a comprehensive and inclusive dialogue that addresses the root causes of the conflict. The corroborating accounts from multiple eyewitnesses provide a strong foundation for a thorough investigation into the Mamfe killings. The evidence points towards a coordinated operation involving La République du Cameroon's army and certain former Ambazonia fighters. The identities of the perpetrators must be established, and they must be held accountable for their actions. These new developments from the Mamfe killings should send shockwaves through all Ambazonia, exposing a web of collusion and betrayal. The truth is slowly emerging, but justice and accountability remain elusive. It is a critical juncture where the voices of the victims must be amplified and their stories must be heard too. Only through a collective and unwavering commitment to the truth can the people of Mamfe hope to find healing and justice. The La République du Cameroon's government, in collusion with the local media, has already pointed fingers at the restoration fighters of Ambazonia. It talks of carrying out an investigation to hold those responsible to account. However, skepticism lingers given the history of impunity and lack of transparency in similar cases. The international community must play a vital role in monitoring and supporting the investigation to ensure its credibility and independence. The Mamfe killings underscore the complexities of the conflict between Ambazonia, the Federal Republic of Ambazonia, and La République du Cameroon. What began as a peaceful demand for greater autonomy and recognition of cultural rights escalated into a protracted conflict marked by violence, displacement, and deepening divides. The collaboration between La République du Cameroon Army and former Ambazonia fighters highlights the bloodlines between the conflicting parties and the inherent challenges of resolving the conflict. However, efforts to bring about a peaceful resolution must go beyond the immediate investigation into the Mamfe massacre. It requires addressing the root causes of the conflict, including the annexation and colonization of the former British Southern Cameroons. A comprehensive dialogue involving all stakeholders must be pursued to find a sustainable and inclusive solution to the conflict. And that is, ladies and gentlemen, my monologue. I will now take a short break out and bring in my witness. I will now take a short break out and bring in the live witness from Ground Zero. Stay tuned.
ABS can help you reach your target audience like never before. Advertising on ABS, you'll benefit from our extensive reach and dedicated viewership. We offer special advertising packages during primetime slots and popular shows. You'll also be featured on our social media platforms, reaching an even wider audience. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Take your business to the next level. Contact our advertising team at absafricativ@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, sorry about that. My microphone was muted. Again, I am now being joined by a witness, one of the persons who witnessed the military trucks in Mamfe at that wee hour of the night on early Monday morning in Mamfe. And the story of the lady witness that I have just narrated here, he is also going to give us details about that lady. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
All right, thank you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you are in a safe location there, out there on Ground Zero.
Yes, I'm safe. Thank you so very much for what you're doing for us, the people of Mamfe.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, I spoke with you earlier. I think that was that same Monday. And you narrated how you were there in Mamfe on Monday and you were heading to Kumba and saw something. Tell us again what it was that you saw.
Okay, thank you very much, Secretary Chris. But I would like to talk for preaching.
That is fine. Go on.
Yes, it will be for Sunday, breaking Monday. It will be for night, breaking that Monday. We will get gunshots them far away from inside where we be there. Well, I know one for calling them for the place, but for inside Mamfe. But will not be understand which way. Will not be understand which way it will happen. It won't be after about 4 a.m. for morning time. My patron tell me say we'll get for travel this morning because that breaking Monday in a ghost town. But we would used to work because we know how we would work. So he talks say okay, ma go for that Carrefour for for batcho, for that batcho.
Yeah.
I go buy 2 container of petrol. Because the people where they save they ever come very early. If them they hear me, they fit testify for you say now so it ever happened.
Now this was around what time that morning?
Yeah, we start get that gunshot them now around 2 something to 3 o'clock. But we be there very far around Kembong for the people where they know which are talk.
Okay.
So it won't be that morning that we finish do what we do. My patron tell me say ma take container and go buy petrol. But when we get that gunshot, then we feel say fight don't start as we boys them they ever can fight the army them. We be no say so it don't happen. But it won't be around that we will not be get any gunshot again. Things them will already be normal. So if I go buy them, I be delay because I be for wash, I be for do other things them so that I'll be kick very early. Or go.
Yeah.
It won't be around that 5:30. I take bike, I go for that junction for patrol. For that junction for patrol. For buy petrol. That one before I want to shoot the bike, then the pass motor they go up, come down. I don't understand, but you let it ever happen. So for ghost down say bike then the walk at that kind of way. I go to show play while the buy petrol, ask that man to wait till it happen. Now anyway, it's a explain and for me say this so then say then the born house then for so and so place. It's a military then the born house so and so place. Because we know say when house they be burn we ever been a military them. But I be undermine the thing. I take my petrol, I go back. I go get for patron, he will turn up inside motor, we get for travel with them. That goes down the we turn up, it won't be around, it won't be before 6, we don't already come out for road. We can't show that patron now for take roadway to go Kumba. We want to make sure that junk because from that patron you want to go, you take the Kumba road, you meet up a mixed control there for front. Where you get gendarme, you get army, you get police for the. We reach for the, if you get a 5, I think it was 5 ammo car, 1 Hilux, we stand for that control. Then they talk. So we'll stand for them, our patron talk with that army there. Then we'll pass, we'll start go away. One reach for one market a day before Mbakwa Super. When you come out from Mamfe, before you want to reach Mbakwa Super, you get one market. That truck them follow we for back because protocol for the side on the side now. So when army motor they come, any man for road more slow. And you know for that goes down the motor they need waka. Now always strong motor then the waka le we. So as we slow now they can pass. When they can pass now, but we know we understand which way they happen. We don't know say na normal waka way all man the waka. One reach for Okonye. It be that day na day where they celebrate OBI, I think it's
41 anniversary, yes.
Yes, 41 years power. One reach for Konye, because when you look for front Konye Council, you see control today for around Konye Council day. For that Konye market, for Konye market council just there for corner, then control to the day for day. We reach for the way that motor then do pass. We too will pass inside Konye way. Shows the Konye people don't go up for Kumba. We go celebrate OBI 41 years. But we will be sure when we'll be reach for around my 16. After my 19, we'll be reach on my 16 before we want to reach for Ekliwinzi. Because Chinese, then when they make that road, there may be some camp where they be stay there, but now bees them don't occupy that camp. We want to reach they show up the day where that motor then we go cold for that place. So my patron don't stand today. They talk with that people them because my patron na person he know them. They talk with them. He asked me say I know that boy where they come out for day. I tell say no. We didn't some motor we around we fight. He say he asked me because we dey for front. I know that boy where he come out for day. I say no patron I don't know him. He tell me say na that boy where they call it Yannick Kawakawa.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Oh my! I lost that caller. I lost that. Let me get back to him. Please, you cannot call me. You cannot call me. All right, good. A call was coming in and I lost you. So you got to the point where you said your patron actually said you know that boy, and you turn and you say no. He said na Kawa Yannick Kawa. Go on.
Yes, he asked me, say, "Na that boy way." He tell me, say, another boy. I tell him, say, "No, pa, no, that boy." He tell me, say, "Na that boy way." He did for GDR way they call he Yani Kawa Kawa. I tell him, say, "Okay, I used to just see him for online. I know used to." If Yani Kawa Kawa, he did get this voice, that day he be wear a t-shirt and a half knicker trouser. That way, he come out the client up for carriage for road because of that place control the day. Some what an gendarme on the army. He tell you say, vous allez tout finir, no? Vous allez tout finir, no? Then just laugh and salute their
Vous allez tout finir. What do you mean for English?
What I say, them don't finish, no?
Okay.
But, yes. He say, vous allez tout finir, no? Then just talk, then laugh, then salute them, then greet themselves. The boy now, a dark boy, he shape tongue we hit. I don't forget, if he hear me testify, me can't off talk like this person a lie while he talk. He say, vous allez tout finir. Then greet themselves, then he pass the can off the place.
So he was one of those in the military trucks, correct?
Well, I know people talk say, I see for military talk because I don't see inside military truck, but I see where it come out for that come because that 5 months the way them pass with them go fall now today.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, he was one of them to have been there at that moment. It means he was one of them.
All right, because when them pass we for one market, we be slow them pass, and you know how we military truck the work out, they need work small. So when we get for Kumba, as we enter Kumba, it been a day for celebration. There was road we just debuted some few bike them pass motor then the pass. So we now be all the wait for a motor don't road waka for me can pass for polo. So when I be start to do which way I be fit to do, I'm like my own findings. After we me and you be talk, I be try to start do my own findings. For that house, it get some house where it get blue bylaw star for front. It get the depender house with blue. It get bylaw star for front. Then the bonder house.
That house.
So one person.
That is in Mamfe, right?
Yes, in Mamfe.
Okay.
Some boy they call me for day. Yes, when a boy where they walk one motor, he be call me for day. Say grand, I didn't have a bush. He don't bad even the one for chum no, he know day. I say, we don't talk yesterday, we don't share together. Then the one for chop nothing, he explain me the situation. I tell you, say, okay, it be okay. And one for narrate the situation where he explain about me. I tell you, say, okay, it be okay.
Okay.
Which you want man do, he say back, yes, he say back, man, send me something where he buy a mobile phone, so that he explain me which way happen. And I be do am so.
So hold on there. So he call you, this boy, he call you from bush, inside Mamfe. He say he need help.
Inside Mamfe, yes, he need help.
Okay.
Because I be so close to it. So if I send me something where he go buy phone, I say, hey, you get phone, what did it happen? He say, no be story where we talk. But now I send you wait, if you buy even a Choronko, get phone the use and they call it Choronko, will not be Android.
Okay.
I be forward the 10,000. If it them say don't go buy that phone for 8,000. So me and he talk. He call me for direct call. Me and he talk. He explain me everything what happened. So he tell me say he find some person he never see him. But it be yesterday, breaking yesterday. He call me back. He beat me. I call him. He talks he beg ma send any credit. I no be hesitate. I no be asking question why say ma send any credit. I be forward credit for 2,000. He called me. I talk with one person where he be injured for that thing, for that incident where he passed today.
Hold on there. So when you send here 2,000, he buy credit, then call you back. As he call you back,
yes.
You spoke to one of the victim where we be injured for the incident, correct?
Yes, ma.
All right.
One of the victim where we be injured from the incident.
Go on.
Yes, he called me say, pa, I say yes. He say he don't know me, but he tell me all these things because the brother don't tell he say he be closer to me. He did so place where he did it help. I say sister now wait it don't happen to you. He tell me say on that day where that incident be happen, then we broke their door, then we shoot their TV, they no be key man for inside their house because say one of the people them when them enter their house, it be na person where he know it. Where it be na former ADF, it be the work with ADF. Yeah, see, explain about me. I dey repeat na words them. He say it be na a former ADF fighter where they don't come out from condemn. I don't know say condemn they, but he say condemn na some places in Mamfe, and it run Okada inside town.
All right, we'll make one thing clear for there. He no be talk saying an ADF fighter. He be talk say the guy where we been at one of the attackers. It will be former ADF.
No, Papa. The story where he tell me, say he be na the boy where he recognize he be na a former ADF. Now the name that we use and for me. And then they change. Now I take now the explain you now which he be tell me. Say he be na a former ADF fighter where they be the fight for condemn. For condemn now the name that way he call him for me. So when they may come out for condemn, if they work for some oil me, so then come out for the he come back for quarter say they don't surrender the fight. But if he come down after our
hold on. Who be the work for oil me? This former ADF guy?
Yes.
Okay. So after he return for quarter, say the fight, he don't come out for a fight.
You get me well, pa?
Yes, I hear you. Go on.
Yes, it's maybe the work for oil me. I repeat now the words the way he talk for me.
Uh-huh.
If you don't come me for quarter, but you know be no say the boy be still be involved. Then I ask him, I say, how you know say the boy be involved for this way to happen? He say now the boy enter for their house. He see, so now why that way it be free? Because the boy know he. That girl, they don't jam his chest. They don't go one of he rip them. Then jam him for his chest and for his skull. When them want to kill him before that boy be realize say, nah that girl. They say that girl now for the way them be free.
So now the boy is safe the girl as the one kill him.
Yes. So the girl be come out of their house, they run for this number of days. Now yesterday way then realize suicide way they because they care for come back for inside town. So presently now it is for hospital. It receive treatment.
No. Leave that one out. Leave that one. You don't need for tell us where it is. So she be alive because this fighter will become with the other people. You said she saw 5 of them. Now because of that guy where she will be sick.
No, but he say he recognized 4 of them. Now 4 of them.
Oh, she recognized 4 of them.
Yes, we know them. We then he recognize the 4 bike riders and we then for inside Mamfe town. We know them in person. Yes. So now that the story that way he don't narrate them for me.
Okay.
Yes. After which we me have the witness and my own eye. So this story why they talk now one way he narrate them for me. The first thing I don't talk now which way I witness and my eye. This second one I which way them tell me na tell them true phone.
Yeah, but that person will be there for day where he witness the thing you tell. Now the boy where you refer to where now he connect you with this victim woman, where he be there you own.
That boy be sleep for that house. That boy sleep for that house. Which way he save that boy? Now say he woke up for morning time around that 2:30. He come out for outside. What I want go na toilet, for we for here most of our toilets and then outside. From which you try to tell me. But that way he come out, he see because small moonlight there now. Around that late hour moonlight he come on. He see how we place in the dark he come. So that boy is shift for corner. Because what you tell me now say that road this on a roadway that quarter way amber fighters they used to pass a day. So he shift for corner. As he shift for corner, then come for the first house, then pass the first house, they enter for the second house. Then shoot gun for up. Then broke the door. Then start holler. So now for the way that boy run enter for bush now the thing that way he saved the boy when me and he talk today. Yes.
Now
the thing that way he saved the boy when he talk today.
Now the girl or the boy they mention for you say Now the only people them that way they be the work at the band or just that forward or that forward they be see them, it will just be the one the way they be see them, others they be there different side.
No, there be there plenty. There be na plenty people. He talk the one the way he see and way he know the way they enter the house. They enter their house around the 15.
15.
For inside
Okay.
that one.
Oh, they enter their house like 15, but he recognized 4 of them. Hello.
But the one the way they stand with you for palo, yes.
So they enter their house like 15 of them, but it will be able for among the 15, it will be able to recognize 4.
4. The first one we enter, we issue for TV. Issue for flat screen TV. They are flat screen TV. Issue for it will be now the person we recognize it.
Oh.
And now the other one they come for back. So one.
Okay.
So one they enter for room.
So when they enter for room, okay. Anybody, you get any idea what I tell you if anybody, any one of them among the 15 be wear military uniform?
No, wait till it tell me now say them be wear tricot, them be wear blouson them. So one them wear tricot them when I be tricot them.
Okay.
We hate it because this in the army them. We hate it this in the army them. But when it is see that boy we be not na fighter. Now for the way he be confused whether na who or na who.
Former fighter.
Yes, former fighter as he explained for me. If he said the boy being a former fighter, I don't care about that.
And so
all man don't be that call say the boy know the.
Yes, go on.
Yes, all man don't be that call say the boy know the fight again. The boy they for quarter. It go even it is story even army them go for control set the control very normal as we do and Mamfe here. It is set the control do things and very normal. Going for cancel, he just live a normal life like other person. The reason why people be accepting the being because the boy no be ever fight for village. Then talk say the boy be fight for some other they show them the call and say na what na Batibo. Say be the day na for that side.
For Batibo.
So for village. Yeah, so people no be too know it like the fighter.
Uh-huh.
Yes, now why they ride the Okada, yes.
It be the right Okada inside Mamfe.
Yes, presently now, it be the right Okada before this incident what happened. So I don't ask the question, say, but now who's the boy? It says since when the incident happened, you never see the boy.
So you never talk with the boy since after the incident?
You never see the boy them because now boy them where he know where them there for. He say even people for Kwata know them way. I actually say how if he prove them for me. He tell me say if I want proof, he go prove them for me. People for Kwata go testify say them know. He go call the names and people for Kwata go testify say they know him. They know the people. They know the boy them.
Okay. Now, when I first talked with you last Monday, when this thing just happened, you tell me how this other story of the eyewitness of the victim, nobody don't be known, but you will tell me how you will see a military truck. That will not come out for, I think, is it take when I come out for take gas or petrol? You see military truck hide for some corner. Tell us that story again.
Yes, but I know they talk say if they hide for some corner, which I be explain and for you begin and say them be there for that control for patrol. Any man we know who side the patrol. When you come up for that patrol, Karifu, that place where them become born and so. You take road, let's say one go, you use Kumba road, let's say one go use Kumba. Some few meters away, some control there for this. So then before park now for that early morning. For that early morning, now for the way them before park. So we will not be understand. We don't know say a normal patrol as they used to patrol. So we pass the go. But the place where that truck them can't pass we again if we be for warning.
Now the first place where when I be see them for day where when I be checking a normal control, how close it be for to Mamfe town where this thing be happen?
No, the place where we be see them for day, I not really estimate them. I tell you now my own thing was see them because that boy with me and he be talk. That boy with me and he be talk. He be explain for me as I be tell you. So when he be come out, that way he don't finish with it, he want start go. That way he don't realize the problem, he want start run. if you reach me top truck them with them park for some place far away from who side way the incident happen.
Okay.
But as na place where I not really be used, yes. If you meet top truck the way them park.
Hello? Hello?
Because for inside that village, inside that place where that place where that thing happened, gendarme post did it. He get some brigade for that place. So when you see that truck, they know say na normal patrol where gendarme the patrol for night.
Okay.
Yes. Now for morning time now we start to understand which way if it happen for morning time, where it happen for that night.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful. Listen, you remain safe out there, and I'm going to talk with you in the background after this. But you guys, you remain safe out there. Thank you very much for this information. We will get some more details over the week. Okay. Is there anything you want for add for today?
Yes, but which way I want for add for them, I say. For all this talk where you don't hear, I don't talk so. The people they went and they listen, especially the people for inside Mamfe, the people for inside the southern zone, need them do their findings because it don't be it don't go for air saying some amber fighters can do this act. Except me, I be believe I'm saying they be saying some amber fighters, but me I believe from which I don't know and I see I'm saying amber fighters and don't collaborate with the military or commit this atrocity where the past were placed today. And me the people
well, we call them, we don't call them amber fighters, we call them former amber fighters as according to your narrative.
Yeah, I talk now my own they do their findings. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate the insight where you bring us today. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you heard it all. You heard it all from that witness. First, the witness, Kawa Yannick, with the military that left the scene of this incident in Mamfe. And then secondly, the lady who was victimized, who was almost killed, but thank God for one of them who recognized her and got her out of the house, is speaking. In the days ahead, I will try to get the lady on the record and also bring it to you. For a moment, I am being joined by comrades who have been following up this event. I'm being joined by Comrade Ashu, Kingsley Ashu, who has been following up what happened in Manu. Comrade, it's a pleasure to have you, sir. I think you are muted on your side. I can't hear you. Yes, I think your audio is muted on your side. Okay, while you go ahead and check that, your audio is still not on. While you are checking that, let me also bring in Comrade Dennis Atom, who has also been following this up. Can you, Comrade Atom, please bend your camera slightly? Okay, that is good. That is good. If you sit up erect, that is fine. All right, good to have you, sir. Comrade Ashu, your microphone is still not on.
Thank you, Comrade Chris. I'm glad to be here with
all right. Let me start with you. Let me see. Comrade Charles is also joining from Germany. I hope you can hear me. Comrade Charles, I see you standing. If you can hear me, please get seated. Get seated on your seat. Let's know. I hope you can hear me. Can you hear me, Comrade Charles? All right. I don't know why he cannot hear me. I see his microphone is on. Uh, Comrade Ashu, log in, log back, log out, log back in with the same credentials you have. Let's see whether your microphone works. But Comrade Dennis, you have listened to that first-hand testimony from a guy who saw the military, who saw Kawa Yanik with the military, and who spoke with one of the victims of this incident. What do you make of all that you have heard, sir?
Comrade Chris, this incident is not even a means spin it on Ambazonia or Ambazonian fighters. You know, our people have a reality that they don't want to break. You can see from the fact that they have hardly attacked any foreign people. The handwriting of La République du Cameroon, its signature is all over this.
Comrade Dennis, you are in and out. You are in and out. Ashu is now connected. If you can log back, if you can log out and log back in to see if we can perfect your network, that would be better. I think it's a network issue. Comrade Ashu,
Yeah,
good
okay.
to have you. I see you are now connected. Your sound is good. So you have been listening to the guy on the phone that I spoke to, and you heard all the narrative. What do you make of that? You are from Manu. Compare that to what you have been gathering out there.
Yes, let me begin by saying that the killings in Mamfe amounts to a massacre, and the massacre has been orchestrated
So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Some technical issues in here. But I was saying, Comrade Kingsley, that you were quite on point. You were quite on point when you stated that right there in the vicinity where this all happened, you have a gendarmerie post. And they were nowhere to be seen for an incident that went on and on and on and on and on, and over 30 people killed. But not only that, even if the killing was silent, you also had fire and smoke coming out of homes which were being burned. And there was a gendarme barrack in that vicinity, and they were not sure. If that doesn't directly put La Republique on the spot, I don't know what it is. But we also now have a victim. We have a victim who is telling us exactly what happened. Let me get to Comrade Dennis. Comrade Dennis, who knows, no, Comrade Charles, who knows the vicinity. Comrade Charles, can you hear me, please? Charles, can you hear me? Charles, can you hear me? Well, he is not hearing me. Let me get to Comrade Dennis. I believe Comrade Dennis is hearing me. Tell us what you make of this, sir. Comrade Dennis.
Hello, Comrade Chris. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Go on. Well, Comrade Dennis. Yes, go on, go on. You are freezing up. Go on.
Yeah, I think my Chris, this thing is so clear that there's something that I don't understand. Where were all the 1 year that nobody could hear what was happening, nobody could raise an alarm early enough to respond, but nobody has told us that they went to the gendarmes, and the gendarmes were not available. Difficult circumstances. What really happened? Because even though we know it is La République du Cameroun, because there's, how is it that with all that population that came, the soldiers that came to guard the minister, they couldn't do anything. I don't know. Something is not very clear about this event. Hello.
Oh, Comrade Dennis, can you hear me? You are breaking a lot.
Network is not good today.
Comrade Dennis, you are breaking a lot. Your connection is not good.
Let me try a different device and see.
All right, Comrade Kingsley, what are you hearing from people on the ground in Mamfe?
Yes, there's somebody playing music or some coming from some device. Maybe you can try to check that. Okay, thank you. Look, Secretary Chris, look, the level of maneuvering that La République had carried in this killing had tried to put confusion in the minds of the people, to think that, for some people to think that it was Ambazonian fighters. But at the end of the day, everyone is coming to terms with the reality that it is the Cameroonian military that had carried out the massacre. This is one of the worst massacres in the Southern Cameroon War of Independence. It exceeds the Ngambu killings or the Ngambu massacre. This is one of the worst massacres in the revolution. And La Republique carefully carried out this massacre in a very covert way, using ex-Amazonian fighter to take them to that location, and then they went there on civilian attire, dressed like other boys, and then carry out mass killings, and then set ablaze several homes in that location. It is unspeakable. It is heinous crimes, and this is not just a war crime, it is crime against humanity. Because if you have a gendarmerie post 5 minutes from the Egbeko area where the killings took place, where were the gendarmes? And then not only that, when you are going towards my one, after you pass the park, before you get to Okoyong and Bachontai and Bacho Akagbe, you have a Cameroonian mixed control post there that is alive. There were burnings, there were gunfire to kill 30 people with weapons, breaking through homes. Not just one house. About 6 to 7 houses targeted in that area. This is a formidable attack, a coordinated attack. And let me assure people like Kawa Yenik, who are ex-Amazonian fighters, who have connived with the Cameroonian military, that heaven knows how it repays people. Let me assure any ex-Amazonian fighter who came to that location, let me assure the Cameroonian military who came to that location and killed the people, and that every life that has been killed, there will be retribution and there will be sincere consequence. Where is Ekema, who was moving all over Boya? Where is he? Were there guns that went after him? No. So when people go into an area of civilians and kill over 30 people, very innocent people, and burn down their houses, that is the heart of evil. That is the heart of massacre. I have not been able to talk or even eat from Monday and Tuesday when this information came out, because the level of the killing and the massacre shocked me to my core. My friend Gino's sister and the baby were killed in that Mamfe massacre, and she lives in Dallas, Texas. And that the people who came there came disguised like Amazonian fighters to carry the oppression, burning down places. And in the whole incident and in the whole massacre, the Cameroonian military that has several security posts in the area and the gendarmerie post that is there, there is nothing said about them and where they were. This is the extent to which the Cameroonian military carry out a well-coordinated massacre of over 30 people. And the first people who came out in the morning talking about the incident, they are not marvel about the shock. They have the ferocity to say, oh, it's Amazonian fighters. That is to tell you they know in the inside how they carry out the operation, and then they will have first-hand information. Like Kawa Yanik. Kawa knows as early as any other person could have information. He was already there talking. What was he doing in Mamfe? He is in the CTRO center in Boya. What was he doing in Mamfe at that time? What was Kawa doing in Mamfe at that time? He carefully bring the Cameroonian military in the area, and then they coordinate the massacre of innocent civilians. And the entire town is shocked, and the entire Amazonian community is shocked. And then you have people who are trying to even think that perhaps it's not the Cameroonian military, it will be the Amazonian fighters. But that is not it. The Cameroonian military and Kawa Uniques Ambazonia carefully committed to France. From the information that we have, the massacre was carried out by the Cameroonian military, who had come in covert operation. That is what we know. But let me assure every one of them that, including Kawa Yannick, who are moving around and talking on blood money, eating blood money, that for every Ambazonian that has been killed in Mamfe, every Ambazonian that has been killed in Gambu, every Ambazonian that has been killed in Boya, killed in Bamenda, in Batibo, by the Cameroonian military, that they will pay for it. There will be a retribution. And that is not going to stop the restoration of the Southern Cameroon independence. It's not going to stop it. But the entire town is destroyed.
Hold on there, comrade, and hold on there and check the audio in your background. I think there's a set that is repeating your sound in the background. Let me get to Comrade Tim King, whom I believe now has a better connection. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
That is 5 on 5. Good. Go ahead and tell us what you make of this massacre. And now we are positioning the Cameroon army on the scene. Whereas, you know, the first thing they did was put out a statement accusing Ambazonia fighters of being responsible for this deed in Mamfe. Now they are being pointed to the scene. Somebody who saw them dressed in BIROT shirts is coming out and confirming that this was done with the Cameroon army in collaboration with these ex-Amba fighters whom they can recognize, whom they know names. Go on, sir.
Comrade Chris, you know, when I saw these pictures that morning, the elites from Yaoundé, the CPDM people, all of them, even without any investigation, without any hesitation, were pointing their fingers to Amba fighters. Now, but you see the nature of the whole act itself. The signature of La République is there. The handwriting of La République is all over. What is the motive for any Ambazonian to kill more than one person, for example? You get the point? Because if it was one person who could say, oh, maybe somebody had a grudge with another person and did that, but it is not even in the nature of Ambazonians to be killing. You remember that until this war started, Ambazonia never threw a stone on anybody's roof. And we have been cautious. Even the Francophones that inhabit our territory, you don't hear that we have slaughtered them. You don't hear that we have killed them. So this massacre, the burning of houses, the slaughtering of more than 30 people, this can only be La République du Cameroon. And the shame is on us because all these manipulations, if our elites were not cooperating, if our people were not cooperating, these things will not happen because we will be sheltering each other, we will be protecting each other. I don't even expect La République du Cameroon to protect us. Even if their gendarme post is there, all they want to do is kill us. This is Paul Biya's mission, to destroy us, to kill us. So for me, I don't even expect that their military will be protecting us. No, these are colonial masters. They have no interest in protecting us. All they want to do is cause fear in the local population so that the local population should turn against the Ambazonian fighters who are there to liberate their country forever for them. But fortunately, no evil can go unnoticed. Unfortunately for them, people saw them, people are giving accounts of what they did, so there's no way they can escape from the facts now. They have the yam and the knife, they can hide it, they can give out their own narrative, but the truth is that they will not delete that truth from existence. So let all Ambazonians be extremely careful. Let us use this opportunity only to educate the Mamfe people on how to respond in this situation, because the purpose of the colonial master is to set fear in them, is to cause them to turn against the Amba fighters who are fighting for their eternal freedom. The freedom we are fighting for is not for 10 years, it's not for 50 years, it's not for 100 years, it is forever. If they want to continue to be slaves to Francophones who leave their own country and come and connive to kill us on a daily basis, so be it. But it is unfortunate that our people are allowing these people. They have not understood that the Francophones are foreigners in our territory. The La République du Cameroon is a colonial master in our territory, and we have to do everything to send them out so that they don't continue to kill us and to set us one against the other as we are seeing now. This is what the message we should be giving to the people, Mamfe. They have seen the truth. No matter what they come from Yaoundé to tell them, they should know that Ambazonia is Ambazonia. La République du Cameroon is a colonial master. They are foreigners in our territory. They have come and taken over our territory and turned us into their slaves, imposed their language on us, deny us even from celebrating our own national day, deny us from flying our flag, deny us from singing our anthem. These are the things we want, and nothing can be higher than that. So therefore, let the people of Mamfe learn from this, that they can do anything and come and tell them stories that it is Amba and so on. They know what their children can do and know what their children cannot do. So they should be more alert. We should make our people understand that the colonial master is the colonial master. These are the Nazi acts. This is what Hitler used to do. This is what Hitler used to do, to come to an environment, kill so many people, to frighten the civilians so that they turn against their own fighters. This is the work of colonialism. These are the signatures of colonialism. Let our people in Mamfe understand and stand up for Ambazonia. Nothing should fool them. Nobody from Yaoundé should come and fool them. The CPDM elites should not fool them, because they will come and deceive them for one day with maybe rice, beer, wine, and so on. And then the next day they organize for their soldiers to come and kill them. So let our people be aware. This is all I can say. What is important now is to educate our people on to take a stand. We can analyze from morning to night, but the relevant thing now is to educate our people. Thank you very much, Chris.
Thank you. Let's talk about one thing which I would describe here as the highest form of hypocrisy. When 5 or 10 people were killed at Nacho Junction, they were said to be Francophones killed at that incident. We all saw the outcry. The bishops came out. Everybody came out to talk about it. Over 30 people have now been assassinated, massacred in Mamfe. Where is the outcry from the bishops, from the politicians, even the elite, the so-called elite in Manu? Where is the outcry? The media is not even talking about it.
No, they have all become slaves to this dying Paul Biya. They have all become his slaves. You see, they have all become, it looks like they will follow me into his grave. You see, they have all become his slaves. You will not hear the Archbishop in Bamenda come out to condemn. You will not hear the CPDM people come out to condemn. You will not hear this so-called Okala Bilai come out to condemn. All of them, they are quiet now. So we are on our own. Let our people understand that our lives don't matter to the colonial master. I don't know how we'll break our heads to put this inside, that our lives don't matter to the colonial master. We must understand that. Our people must understand that. There's no other way than to understand that and turn your back to the colonial master once and for all. They cannot deceive you that they have your interests at heart. No, they don't have our interests at heart. If all of us are killed, they will only be too happy. So therefore, let us not expect all of these so-called big people to come and issue statements to condemn what they themselves have organized. They have organized this themselves. So the Mamfe elites are accomplices to this act, and the Mamfe people should hold the elites responsible for this act, because these things are being organized with their full knowledge, because they believe that they will find a way to preach on Ambazonia, but it will never stick. They can try what they like, but they will not be able to pin these things on Ambazonia, because Ambazonia doesn't carry out acts like this.
Let me turn to Comrade Kingsley there, talking about the outcry. We haven't heard anything. Have you guys in Manu heard anything from any of the so-called elite? The Agbotabe is gone. the Tabe Tandus whom I learned were in town. I mean, so many of them were in town to commemorate Paul Biya's 41 years of power. Have you heard anything from them?
Look, let me inform you that we have to be very honest. These atrocities are committed by the Cameroonian military to pursue their own interest. And their interest is what? To exterminate the population and to end the dream and the vision of the restoration of the Southern Cameroon's people, or the Southern Cameroon's independence. And so the elite themselves are shocked by the killings. And because they are part of the regime, they are unable to say anything about it. They're shocked by the killings. The former mayor, who is one of the only person who came out and expressed empty sentiments and pushed the atrocities to Ambazonian fighters, was doing so for his own political gains. He has no emotions. He has no regrets. He has no remorse for the killing. Takun Chonga came out and was talking with Kawayanik. Surely has an idea about the set of the Cameroonian military and the ex-Ambazonian fighters who brought them to that location for the killings. So don't expect the elites to come out. The elites in Manu are themselves very shocked with the killings. But can they say anything? They cannot say anything because they are part of the regime that is orchestrating the killings. Because up to now, no single elite has the courage to ask the whereabouts of the Cameroonian military and the gendarmerie post.
Comrade, what do you make? I think it's your headset that is causing that echo in the background there. I can hear you now. You are not being heard now. I can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. Your audio, your microphone is off.
Comrade Chris,
Yes.
while he's fixing his microphone, our comrade says that the Mamfe elites are shocked. No, I don't think they are shocked. Because they must either choose their own people or choose the dying regime. Yes, they must choose. They must make a choice. If they believe that it is better to hang in there with the regime and sacrifice their people, organize for their people to be slaughtered, let them do it like that. But let them, we don't. How do we say that they are shocked when they are unable even to speak? And they are behind these acts. They connive the regime. Let them make the choice. If they are unable to choose their people, so be it. Let their people know that we cannot count on these people calling themselves elites. Their own is to organize with the colonial master to come and colonize us, to organize to kill us, but not to protect us or anything like that. Our people have to accept this fact that those people calling themselves CPDM, calling themselves elites, they have no interest for us. They are willing to kill us. They are willing to do anything with the colonial master to suppress us and to keep us enslaved forever. Mamfe people must understand this once and for all. Nobody should come tomorrow and try to convince them that, oh, you see, Yaounde is working for your own good, Amba is against you, Amba did this, Amba. All of those are lies. All of those are lies. They are the stories of colonial masters, and that's how all colonial masters have been. These are the same stories that we have learned in history. So our people just have to mark it down that they should never trust the colonial master. Even if whatever is happening, Ambazonia is always better than the colonial master, because even if we have a problem today with Ambazonia, tomorrow Ambazonia will be free and we will have our liberty forever. This is what our people must put in their minds.
Comrade Ashu, tell me, what is the church in Mamfe saying? Again, remember Archbishop Nke in Baminda organizing a big mass out there to celebrate those who were killed at the Nacho Junction. What have you heard? What are they saying for the Mamfe incident?
They had a march. I don't know if it cumulated with a church service. I don't have those details. But the church itself is crippled in terms of what they can actually do with respect to those killings. Those killings, like I earlier said, constitute one of the worst massacres in the entire liberation struggle. It's one of the worst massacres today in terms of the volume of people killed and the nature in which it was conducted. Everything shows very clearly that the Cameroonian military carefully conducted this massacre. And the international community has a way to carefully, forensically dictate where are the live bullets that were used in that incident. When you use those live ammunitions, you can go through forensically, check the serial number, where they were produced, and who it was sold to. You will know that it will turn out to the community. So, have they even said if they're conducting any kind of investigation? No, and we cannot even trust them in their investigation. But these are simple things that we can know that it is the Cameroonian military. They would have been able to produce the shields from the massacre. And the hospital itself, when the doctors are trying to operate the victims, they will be able to remove some of the ammunitions. On those ammunitions, there are serial numbers on those ammunitions that we can conduct investigations to know where those ammunitions were produced and who were the last person who brought those ammunitions into Cameroon. You'll be able to establish that. But the Cameroonian military cannot even say this because they know. Their armed forces orchestrated a massacre. The Mamfe massacre was orchestrated by the Cameroonian military in conjunction with a few ex-Amazonian fighters who brought them to that location. And one of the typical persons that have been cited and spoken consistently is someone like Kawayanik. Kawayanik, what was he doing in Mamfe? He's in the DT Center. But he was in Mamfe, and he was one of the first persons to go public, and he said he knows it is one of the Amazonian fighters or General Nkuma Pieta. And Nkuma Pieta has come out in a video and said clearly that they were not in that location. Post 5 minutes from the atrocity venue where the atrocity took place. And the whereabouts of where they were at that time is unknown. And then the Cameroonian military at the extreme of Mamfe, where you're going to Kumba, after you cross my one, when you pass the park, where we're there. Mamfe is not a town that is too big like Bamenda. A town that is big like when there is an incident of such nature, the extreme part of the town may not be here. But when you have guns and violence to the extent to which we have that day, anywhere you are located in the town, you will know that there is an armed conflict going on. And then you have not just that, you have smoke and burning, and you have people shouting and crying for their lives. There is no aspect of the military intervention.
Comrade,
No.
if I may ask, what do you make of the fact that barely an hour when this thing happened, the former colonial mayor, is it Takun Chong somebody, was there saying, this is what Amba boys did. This woman was raped. That child was, barely an hour after the incident took place. What are the people in Mamfe saying of this guy? He should not be living in Mamfe. I really think so. He should be chased out of that town.
You know, people like Takuncho try to play the card of Patrick of Goya, but it did not succeed because they thought they could exterminate and eliminate the entire Amazonian fighters in that region. So people like Takuncho, the people and the revolution will sort them out. It's not for me to talk about it here, but the people and the revolution will sort them out. If he has blood in his hands, if he has orchestrated, the revolution will always sort them out.
Don't you think he knew what had happened, what had transpired? Because there are also
He
allegations
has an
of certain
idea.
meetings.
Takuncho has an idea. He has an idea.
Yeah, because he would not jump to those
showed no
conclusions
remorse
without knowing exactly what happened. He was trying to push the narrative of the enemy.
Yes.
Comrade Grace, I'll tell you that this thing was organized with the complicity of the elites. So their aim to tarnish Ambazonia, that is why without any investigation, without anything whatsoever, even with the signature of La République du Cameroon on the act, they were rushing to accuse Ambazonia. That is it. They knew exactly what was happening, but they prefer to sacrifice their own people for poor beer. They prefer to sacrifice their own people for poor beer. And I want our people in Mamfe to know they must never try to play the role of blacklegs, because the reason La République du Cameroun is doing this is to turn them into blacklegs against their own people, to turn them against their own people. So we must understand the game of the colonial master and the game of the elites. The game of the elites and colonial master is to turn the population against the Amba fighters. This is the only thing, and that would be the mistake that our parents and Mamfe will make by becoming blacklegs. They must not do that. They must protect Amba fighters until we get this freedom that we're fighting for. This is critical at this point, that they must not be forced by this incident to become blacklegs.
Comrade Ashu.
What is there is very clear. What is there is very clear. When it comes to the issue of blackleg, the Manuman does not concern himself to that. If you see anyone that goes with the Cameroonian military, it will be one or two persons who had been paid and forced to go along with the Cameroonian military. But the local people are never going to come out and say, this is where Amazonian fighters are, this is why the local people believe in the revolution, they believe in the struggle. It is in the spirit and in the life of the Mamfe people, the Manu people, that the independence of Amazonia will come to pass one day. So I've seen you talk much about whether or not the Mamfe people can go along with the elite or allow the elite to deceive. No, the revolution at the level of Manu is no longer at the level where any elite can come to influence the opinion of people. Even if you conduct a referendum in Manu today, 99% of the people will still vote for the independence of Southern Cameroon. That is just one thing that should be clear. The Manuman, like the Lebele man, is someone that will always stand for the revolution. It's not just this Manu or Lebele, the entire Amazonian people. Whether you go to Momo, you go to Ngoktutinja, you go to Bali, wherever you go to Boyo, you go to Fako, Mezam. Everyone is for the revolution. I am talking not as somebody who's talking from the diaspora. I organized Ghost Town. I began organizing Ghost Town in December 2016 with Bala Patasan, John Bakuru. So I'm not talking like talking from the no. I organized Ghost Town. I did organize Ghost Towns. I'm up in the morning at 4 a.m. distributing posters of Ghost Towns across Boya. Get our other boys to go to Cuba. So our people are in the revolution. When you see the level of killings in Mamfe, is to try to scare our people away from the revolution. That is why people like Takuncho quickly came out with Kawai Yannick to say, oh, it's surely Amazonian fighters. The Amazonian fighters are not known to burn houses. They are not known to carry out a scorched earth policy.
even if there are isolated incidents that they go after blacklegs, but there are no incidents where they go about setting people's homes ablaze. Not to even talk about a place like Mamfe town, where you have Cameroonian military across the whole town, like in 4 to 5 locations. You have Cameroonian military and security outposts in about 4 to 5 exit points. The exit to Acquire, there is a Cameroonian military post there. The exit towards Bisonaba and going towards a cock, there is a Cameroonian military post there, about 2. The exit to go to Kumba, there's a Cameroonian military post there. And then in the central town itself, you have the gendarmerie there, you have the police there. So it is unspeakable for anyone to think that an Amazonian unit would have come to carry out that atrocity in the midst of all of those security posts, and then it was over 2 hours, and you don't hear anything about the Cameroonian military or the gendarmerie that was there. So at the end of the day, the Cameroonian military into town and carry out the massacre of our people in conjunction with 2 or 3 ex-Amber fighters who knew the route and how to play and how it was Amazonian fighters.
Now, Comrade Chris, you see, the sad thing is that they are the ones now, they are organizing the DDR boys to be the people now to come and help them commit these massacres, because they say, Ambazonians, go and kill yourselves. You see? They say, Ambazonians, go and kill yourselves. So that is what is happening.
No, you are very correct, because we know that what Cameroon wanted to achieve with this narrative was to tell the international community that, you know, Ambazonians are killing themselves. And then also, as you heard from that former colonial mayor in Mamfe, telling the people, you all have to now turn into vigilantes against Amber fighters, against trying to turn the people against Ambazonian fighters who have absolutely no reason to kill their own people. I mean, for 7 years and counting. For 7 years and counting, when did Ambazonia fighters take up arms against their own people? We have not seen that. We have seen abductions, correct? We have seen maybe some torture, correct? Not the shooting down and burning down of homes. We know those are only characteristic of French Cameroon fighters.
Yes. Now, what Mamfe people should do is this first ghost town after the incident, all of them should stay home. They should reinforce the ghost town to express their dissatisfaction with this manipulation. Yes, that is what the Mamfe people should do now. The ghost town coming on Monday should be completely a dead one. Nobody should go out of his home. Yes. That's what Mamfe people should do. They should find this opportunity to express their dissatisfaction with the colonial regime and who are conniving to come and kill them and create mayhem, trying to tarnish the image of Ambazonia. So this is the challenge that the Mamfe people have, to make sure that they respect the ghost towns, they respect the Ambazonian law, so that they show the government that the government cannot sway them against their own people. That's what they should do.
I hope they do, and I hope they are hearing us, because now it is very much established that the Cameroon army meant to wipe off a section of Mamfe, and thank God we have people who are now testifying of exactly who they saw and what happened. I hope that Monday, every person in Mamfe stays home to declare their anger against that colonial regime. Comrade Ashu, I hope you guys will enforce this message in Mamfe town.
Yes, of course. Our people are focused and they are committed to the revolution. When it comes to Ghost Town, the colonial government in that area had been very ruthless, very ruthless in trying to fight the Ghost Town. They sealed people's shop. they arrest people who don't open their shops. They have been very ruthless. But like you saw the eyewitness from Ground Zero who said that they can only manage to move on Ghost Town Day in a technical way because nobody really moves. So Ghost Town is being respected in those areas. In by and large, we keep only having the antics of the regime, the colonial regime, trying to compel our people against their wish to go out there and maybe open their shops as well. But there are always no buyers, and people don't really work on Ghost Town days.
All right, let's leave that there. We will get the phone lines open to get Ground Zero to bring us their take on this. But let us touch on one more thing, on two more things briefly before I open the phone lines. I would like you guys to take, please watch this. Again, this is coming from Allo LGA in the BLM and Dennis. Please look at that carefully. This is the handiwork of Paul Tasson and his cohorts in the BLM. Take a listen.
Our president,
Militants of the CPDM political party of Libya Lem 2 section in Alor converged at the Alor ceremonial grandstand to celebrate 41 years of greater achievements of the New Deal party. The CPDM section president urged his comrades to remain focused and give their unalloyed support to President Paul Biya.
41 years himself with peace, 41 years.
Well, I don't need to deliver their message indirectly here. But Dennis, again, this is happening in Alor. Now you look at all those people. None of those people live in Alor. These are people that Paul Tasson and the chief we saw there, and the mayor. The mayor does not even live in Alor. The mayor of Alor doesn't live in Alor. He lives in Chang, and all these people you are seeing here, they were transported from Chang. Some came from Yaoundé to purportedly celebrate, get the BLM celebrate Paul Biya's 41st anniversary. What do you have? What is your take on this, Comrade Dennis?
Now, you see, Comrade Chris, let them continue making a fool of themselves. I think they will follow Paul Biya into the grave. They will not only celebrate his 41st anniversary, they will celebrate his 100th anniversary in power. So let us not bother ourselves with people like this, because, you know, they will make like this, go up, go down, make a fool of themselves, say they are trying to worship Paul Biya. Let them worship Paul Biya and do whatever they like. I think we have taken our own position for the freedom of Amazonia, and it will come to pass. That is all we can tell them. Let them waste their time, go up, do whatever they like. Amazonia will be free. Shake no day. Amazonia will be free. That is all I can say. Let Tasson and his cohorts do whatever they like. Let them multiply the uniforms and wear 10 of them. It would not change anything at all. Our people are decided. Yeah.
Well, this is what they do to maintain their seats in power, carrying out fake events like this one, deceiving the people that everything is well, everything is well. I heard these guys actually, you know, appreciating, thanking the head of state for the BLM, blah, 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 blah. And the BLM is dead. I saw a statement. Let me see whether I have that statement here. I don't have that statement here. That in that statement, the colonial procureurs, that is a French word. Procureur is supposed to be English word for attorney general. The attorney general in Boya, who is a francophone, a Yaoundé guy, sending out a statement notifying all the constituencies, the legal departments in the southern zone, that he is coming to visit. And I see Boya is listed, Mamfe is listed, Tico is listed, Moyoka listed, Victoria listed, Kumba listed. Indian, I think the only places not listed are the BLM and Indian. And you guess why the BLM is not listed? Because they'll go there, they will not find anybody. They're not going to transport their colonial legal expert or legal representative in the BLM from Chang to go down there so to do a visit there. But that is only to tell you the nature of things in the BLM. All what you see here is make-believe. Make-believe. Fooling the regime where there is nothing to show for it in that community. Look at the field they are celebrating on, covered in grass. And you think somebody lives in that community? Look at the faces of all these guys. None of them is from the immediate community, not from Alo AGA. They were ferried there from Chang to come to Alo to stage manage this. Comrade Ashu, before I move to the next subject, you got anything to say here?
This is a non-starter. It's non-starter. This has never worked and it will not work. It has never worked. The resolve of the people in Alo and in Libya in particular is for the restoration of the Southern Cameroon independence. So when you hire people from the foreign area in Chang, in French Cameroon, and bring the local communities, the local stage manage an event for the colonial regime in Yaoundé for their personal interest that has always been there. They don't care about the local people, and so it is a non-event to me.
Well, thank you. We will move to the next subject before I open the phone lines, and that has to do with the arrest of the Guardian Post, publisher Inga Christian, a few days ago, ladies and gentlemen, in Yaoundé, on the pretext that he became so radical to the extent of publishing a cover story suggesting that the killings in Mamfe were carried out by the Cameroon government military. It turned out that that was supposed to be a fake cover that was circulating. But I want to believe that Christian Ga, ladies and gentlemen, has learned a little bit, something here in his arrest and incarceration in La République du Cameroon gulags. Because all along throughout this struggle for Ambazonia's independence, Christian Ga was out there propagating, he propagates the narrative of La République du Cameroon. He has never done a piece of journalism that is fair and balanced. All what Christian Ga does is pick sides and give the narrative of La République du Cameroon. I am hoping that Christian Ga would have now learned his lesson. I am hoping that he would have now learned his lesson. He falls among the class that will say, no matter what you do, no matter how patriotic you want to prove yourself, no matter how faithful you want to portray yourself in the eyes of the regime elite in Yaoundé, for as long as you come from Ambazonia, you know what? They don't care if they are picking you up and torturing you and setting you and putting you up in the gulags in said Yaoundé. And that is exactly what Christian Ga had to go through. I see his paper. He's lamenting. His paper lamenting. Oh, the Guardian Post publisher arrested over fake cover of newspaper. If La République du Cameroon that he serves, he has served with this newspaper, ladies and gentlemen, for all this year. They pay him to do their bidding. They pay him to put out stories that implicate Ambazonians and Ambazonian fighters. If he could be picked up and put up behind bars, I hope he has now learned his lesson. That no matter how good you are to the regime, no matter the level of service you render to the regime, they don't care who you are. I hope Christian Ga has learned this the hard way. And I just hope going forward, he begins to practice real journalism, fair and balanced, and not take the side of a regime that doesn't even care about him, that will lock him up and torture him at the least opportunity. Let me come back to you guys there and tell me what you think about this. This is the case of what we call Dog eat dog. Dog eat dog. Comrade Dennis.
Chris, a good ambassador is only a slave ambassador to La République du Cameroon. That is all. Because as long as you are not a slave, they can pretend that they love you, that you are one of them because you accept that the colonized ambassador, you give up all your freedom to them. That is when you are a good person to them. But the moment you ask a question, you become a bad person. And that is the fate of all ambassadors. This is what we want all ambassadors to know. Even those who are saying they are CPDM. Do you think those who were killed in Mamfe, some of them were not CPDM? Some of them would be CPDM. That is a fact. Some of them would be CPDM because when they are killing, they don't distinguish whether you are CPDM, you are a supporter of the regime or not. As long as they call you Anglophone ambassador, you are good to be killed. That's all. And our people should know this, but they will not learn because you see, if you grow up with a tinge of treason in your blood, you will not learn a lesson. You will always want to sacrifice everything for these slave masters. You see, so that is the biggest trouble we have. And we have to keep educating our own people to know that as long as they are ambassadors, as long as they call them Anglophones, they are good to be killed by the colonial regime and by the elites. That's all.
Comrade Ashu.
Well, to be very, very specific, Christian Gar, the publisher for the Guardian newspaper, they lack the courage to do very authentic journalism that reporting objectively on the Southern Cameroon War of Independence. So the very fact that he was arrested by the Cameroonian gendarmes or police force over a fake front-page newspaper of his own publishing agency should have taught him a very clear lesson. Christian Gar, the regime, those are pro-regime publishers. Unlike the Post newspaper that is very, very objective and very strong, they are not. They cannot publish stories like that without investigation. If you look at even his own story that he published, he first of all said suspected Amazonian fighters. That's what he published. So he doesn't do any investigation when it comes to publishing stories that has to do with Amber. When accusing Amazonian fighters for atrocities. But when Cameroonian military carry out atrocities in by and large, he lacks the courage to do those publication. So it is up to him, and they should, as always, know that the Yaoundé regime will never accept them. So they can live in Yaoundé, but they will never become Francophones. The Yaoundé regime will always treat them as Amazonians. So it's like Amazonians who are still in the Cameroonian military or in the Cameroonian police force. A time comes where they hold meetings in the police force and they exclude them because they still know that they are Amazonians. So he can live in Yaoundé, but he would never become a French Cameroonian. And those lessons are lessons that he should take.
You are very correct. Christian guy can live in Yaoundé, can live in La République, but will never be a La Républican. That is the truth, and that is the case for every Amazonian pretending to belong in that part of La République du Cameroon. This includes the elite. I really hope they learn. They learn their lesson. Again, the case of Ngai Christian is that of dog eat dog, dog eating dog. He spent his career, his newspaper, beating praises for La République du Cameroon and victimizing people fighting for their freedoms. But they list him over a fake cover that did not come, a fake newspaper cover that did not come from them. He is picked up and locked up and he sleeps in jail. I think they said he spent, 10 hours there? That tantamount to a full day. A whole newspaper publisher. All he needed to do, ladies and gentlemen, was to say, hey, listen, this cover is not our legitimate cover. This is fake. and explain it and walk away, and they let him go away. They didn't. They kept him there. I don't know whether they gave him what they call Newman tax or what. There's something called like that. You know, when I was a teenager in the secondary school in those days, when we protested the GCE reforms in 1990 or 92 or so. No, 1980, 83 or 84 or so. We were picked up and locked up in the at the public police station in Old Town, Babenda, and I was among them who were picked up, locked up there. And when we got there, the guys who were there, you know, those detainees who were there, they looked at us sternly and said, "What do you find for here?" Then the answer said, "You know, when I know someone, when I there for new country, right?" We said, "No, sir." They said, "For yeah, Newman tax." So I hope that Christian guy was paid Newman tax in said. Let me give you guys the last word before I open the phone line. Comrade Dennis.
Well, all I can say, Comrade Chris, is that our people should be more careful. They should support the revolution. The revolution is for them. We're fighting for their freedom. We don't want them to continue to be slaves to French Cameroon. So whatever French Cameroon does, they must understand that French Cameroon can never replace us. We as Amazonians are their children. We're fighting for our collective freedom. Nobody should come from Yaoundé, whether there is an elite, is CPDM, what. Well, let him bring all the wine in the world, let him bring all the rice in the world, let him bring all the meat. That is absolutely nothing compared to the eternal freedom that we want to give them. So let our people understand that. Let our people understand that. That is all I can say. And for those who, the ghost town people in Kumba, let me say it again. If you are an Amazonian and you want this war to end, support the ghost towns. La Republique is telling you that the ghost towns is more painful to them than the killing of their soldiers. The ghost town is more painful to them than the killing of your soldiers. So therefore, respect ghost town. Know that that is the biggest act you can carry out against the Republique de Cameroon. So I want everybody to understand that ghost towns are the most powerful weapon we have in this struggle. So nobody should frighten you to give up ghost towns. At least affirm your right to stay home on the day you choose. Nobody should force you to go out of your house on the day you decide that you want to respect ghost towns. So everybody should understand that it is by that ghost town is the only thing that will bring the Republic de Cameroon to the negotiation table. So people should be aware of that. So nobody should ever give up ghost towns. Everybody should affirm the right to choose to stay home on Monday and Sunday. That is what I can say before I go to bed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate your being part of the show. Comrade Ashu.
Yes, there are very clear things here that we must say. When it comes to the Mamfe massacre, we have established that the Cameroonian military is put in the scene as having committed those atrocities. At the same time, we are appealing to all Amazonian fighters across the board, across the entire southern Cameroon. We are appealing to them to be very respectful of the population and not to carry out any form of kidnapping, because the community are their first line of defense. The only reason that some of us lived through the revolution and were on ground zero to organize Ghost Town in 2016, 2017, until we had to leave later on in 2017, and we were not arrested, is because the community were protecting us. The meetings I had with Patasan in Bamenda in December 2016, and with Barrister Bala, and the rest of the people who were building these ghost towns at the time, the reason why we had such success was because there was great collaboration with the local population and our love for the local population. we are appealing to Amazonian fighters to keep having love for the local people, collaborate with local people and the local population. If they have any differences, it should be sorted out amicably.
All right.
In that way,
Comrade,
we
you hold on there. Let's get to this caller. Hello.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Hello, good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ngokutringa County.
Ngokutringa County. Okay, what is on your mind, sir?
Yes, I want to say La Republic has been exposed. They thought they would do this and go free, but unfortunately for them, they have been exposed and their plans have also been exposed. I want to talk about the manager of, I don't know, the publisher of...
the Guardian Post.
How do they call it? Yes. You quite remember at one point they were coming out with headlines that was playing against our struggle.
Right.
They thought they were doing good to La Republic, but they don't know the functionalities of La Republic. They use you and then
dump you.
Now, they have not only dumped him, but they have arrested him. Maybe at the end he will go to jail. I think through him, so many of our people will come to know how the La Republic functions.
Well, I think they don't need his case to know how La Republic functions, because I think if anybody should learn anything, they should know that in the eyes of La Republic, you can sing their praises and dance their dance. You are absolutely zero, nothing in their eyes.
Of course.
All right. Thank you for the call.
You're welcome, sir.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have the phone number there on the screen. You can go ahead, call, and make your contribution. The line is open. In the meantime, Comrade Ashu, go on, please. Oh, I think I lost him. All right. Again, the phone line is open, ladies and gentlemen. The phone line is open. Let me get to some of the messages that I see here. Well, I hear you. So many technical hitches today. It's terrible. People can't follow the show. There's even music in the background. ABS constantly being muted. I hear you. Unfortunately, that was from the beginning. All right, let's get to the phones. Hello. Hello.
Comrade Chris, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Where are you calling from?
From Mezam.
Mezam. Okay, Mezam County. What is on your mind?
Yeah, I want to thank you for coming up today and to also helping to inform the citizens or the Amazonians of latest development. As far as this killing in Mamfe is concerned, I suggest that whenever a situation like this comes up, it would be good for the accused, especially the Amazonian fighters, to come up themselves and give a disclaiming message, because when there is a lot of silence, it makes things worse, because people will think that they are guilty for what
who is going to believe them? We do it on their behalf, isn't it? That is the reason we are here. We talk
actually, but the people, they themselves who are on ground, if they say we are innocent of what you are saying, then the message will be very clear.
Well, I don't think they have to say anything. Again, La Republic will still carry on with its narrative. So we are here to investigate, to tell the rest of the world what went on. And don't forget, we are talking to the fighters on a daily basis. That is the reason why we have security chiefs in the diaspora who are liaising with the fighters on the ground and finding out. We have made our due diligence. talking to the fighters in all of Manu to find out if they were behind it. And trust me, if they were behind this, you know that I will be the first person to come out and condemn it. Because there is absolutely no reason why fighters will attack our civilians in this way, kill them in this way, burn down their homes in this way. When did this ever happen throughout this struggle? Never. Never.
It has never.
So to even think that restoration fighters did this, of course, is a narrative that anybody supporting La République du Cameroon wants to push. This is an act of... we're now hearing from testimonies of people escaping from that incident. Cameroon Army did it. All right.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that is exactly what we are struggling to say. The Facebook is more listened to and follow up through handset than TV stations. Very few people have these Amazonian channels in their homes.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for the call.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. You can go ahead and call, ladies and gentlemen. The phone line is open. Let me see what people are saying. So we are not getting the sound. Okay, this was early in the beginning. All right. Unfortunately, we had a very bad technical connection today. All right. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Mamfe. I'm just about 300 or 200 meters from the scene.
Wonderful. So, were you there on Monday morning?
Yes, actually, I went there in the early morning, but the military was already there, and they will not allow people to come closer. That very early morning, by 6 o'clock of 10, 6 o'clock, they will not allow people to come, especially those who are coming to film. They were refusing. Maybe because they wanted to give their own official number of deaths.
I happen to know you. I don't want to call your name, but you are a journalist.
No, I am just, I'm a graduate. Don't even try to mention my name because I am also trying to...
No, don't be worried about that. I cannot mention your name, but it is, I actually called you when this happened to hear from you. You must have seen a missed call from me when this thing happened.
Yes.
So you got there around 6 a.m. and what did you see?
I saw exactly what the pictures are showing. People who were butchered, houses burned with people inside. But I didn't see people who were burned inside their houses because by that time, before they allowed us to see, most of those people have been brought out.
Right.
So I didn't enter a house to see somebody who was burned in their house or in their home. They were already out. And as I was trying to count on that day, I saw more than 35 people
who were dead.
So, yes, who were dead, yes. There was another guy who was taken to the hospital, but he died also there at the hospital. Yeah, so it was very, very horrifying and terrible.
You listened to, I believe you listened. Did you listen to the interview with the guy who was like an eyewitness who spoke to me earlier?
Yes.
What do you make? Can you confirm his story, being that you were on the ground there?
Yes, most of what he said is true because he spoke about Bacho, where there is that there is a separation of the tar road One road is leading to Bamenda and one is leading to Kumba. And that, yes, you talk of Bato Akabe, where he first met the vehicle that stopped, the military, assumed military vehicle that stopped. The distance from that place to Mamfe town is about 9 miles because it is 12 kilometers. Yes. The distance to Mamfe town is about 9 to 10 miles. Yeah, because we call that place Batuo My 12. Because there are two Batuos. The Batuo that Chief Tabetandu comes from is Batuo My 9. That is 9 miles from Mamfe town.
Okay.
And the next Batuo, yes, where he saw them is Batuo My 12.
Okay.
Which is 12 miles from Mamfe town.
Right.
Okay. So, yes, but my facts, I want to prove that the government had something with the killings. Because I have been following the dynamic. Yes. The first thing is that the attack took place. Where the attack took place, it is just about 200 meters from the military gendarmerie post.
200 meters from the gendarmerie post.
Yes, between 200 to 300 meters from the gendarmerie post. Then, just beside there is a main river that goes to Nigeria, where they call Satum.
Okay.
The bridge itself is being monitored. Even passerbys, you cannot pass there without the military checking your identification papers. And all day, all night, that bridge is being monitored, which is about 300 meters. It's a main entrance to Mamfe town from Akwaya.
Okay.
So, yes. So, what I see is this. Let me bring some things up. A bridge that is being monitored 300 meters to the incident. A gendarmerie post maybe 250 meters from the same place. On a day when the CPDM were organizing a huge event with reinforcement everywhere, the first place that would have been protected from amber boys not to enter would have been that bridge that leads people to enter, because if they were afraid, they would have blocked that bridge.
Okay.
The second thing is that, yes, they have not told us where the people ran to. And they are not even asking for information as they used to do that. People should come and give information. The third thing is that they are now trying to downplay the number of people who were actually killed.
Who were killed,
because
right.
even CROTV, yes.
What did CROTV say?
They are saying that more than 20 people or 25 people. And a characteristic of Cameroonian press would have even said more than 45 or more than 35. But they are saying more than 20 or 25.
And you have said, you yourself, you counted up to over 35 people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So it is a story here in Mamfe. Yes. So we know that. So by trying now to hide the number, they did not expect that number to be killed when they were doing their planning. So it has shocked them. First, they are trying now not to make the international community to know that the crisis is taking more lives. So they want to reduce it in a way that it will not shock people.
Right.
Then the next thing, yes, what is really troubling the people of Mamfe is because
hold on there. Having said that, do you think that up to 50 people were killed?
I cannot say for sure, because this is we are online, because it's not good to give lies, but I didn't see up to, because we were not accepted to go there in the early hours, as I earlier told you.
Right.
And it was rumored that some people who saw their relatives in critical state carried them to different hospitals, and most of them died while in the hospital. So it was not possible to see everybody.
Okay.
Died burned. Yes, those were the people we saw there.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Now you were talking about the people of Mamfe.
Yes, so the new awareness that people are asking now is who committed the crimes and how safe are we now? Doesn't mean the Nigerian military can just enter from Nigeria, enter the town, kill people and disappear without our own military showing off that they want to protect us, because that is the most important question people are asking now. If an incident occurs for more than 2 hours in the night where flames can be seen from a distance and no military man showed up, and I want to tell you something, that Mamfe itself has more than 100 agents working with the military, because they distribute amount numbers, they pay people. When you give them information, there is a way that you are being compensated. And these people must have reached them. Yes. I have a friend who showed me a number that it belongs to the company commander of the gendarmerie. When you call them, at times they will send you credit for 10,000, all those stuff. I wasn't interested in it. So, yes. So, if an incident like that with flames going up, cry, wailing, and the military post did not even try to, because if they had come and shoot guns in the air, let's assume that they were Amber Boys. By shooting, most of them would have run. Maybe would have had maybe 8 people being killed. Yes, 8 people being killed. Yes, but yes, their silence shows that they were behind everything. The most important thing, my own conclusion, by trying to downplay the number of people killed, show that they did not plan for mass killing. Maybe the guys who went there were drugs and they overdid it. Then secondly, restoration forces do not rape women. Since I started following this revolution, I haven't heard of them raping, because the power they take from maybe Nigeria or Ghana does not allow them to rape women. So that they don't rape. It is difficult to hear them. When you hear about rape, know that they are these fake Amber Boys. They don't rape women. We don't have anything that ransom was being asked from anybody. So it is not everything that was done there is not characteristics of restoration.
Right.
To dissuade the people. That is what we are saying now.
Well, listen, thank you very much for coming in with this corroboration. It makes a lot of sense what you have just said. Thank you. Stay on top of the story and...
Okay, maybe tomorrow I will call you for just an additional information.
Okay, all right, good. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we will call it a day here. I think this has been quite revealing. Any doubt that La République du Cameroon's army carried out this mayhem in Ambazonia, it is now very clear, very, very clear what happened, who did it, why they did it, probably remains the big question sign. But we will keep on digging. We'll keep on digging. We've been able to establish one fact: the perpetrators behind combined forces of La République du Cameroon and DDRO Amba fighters serving La République du Cameroon. That is the conclusion. Thank you, and you have a great night, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.